Bali villas are beautiful, but this one has a few problems. What's going on, guys? My name's Tomic and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at and reacting to the house tour from Do You Travel, also known as Jack Morris's brand new Bali villa. Now I say brand new, this video is about 9 months old, and full disclosure, I did view this video when it came out. But I wanted to react to this house in particular because, well, one, it is a truly beautiful house, so don't get my comments wrong in this video, but I do find some faults in it and something that I think people need to actually be aware of when they look at houses. Now I'm going to put one of my headphones in so that you guys don't have to listen to the music twice and I can actually edit this video properly. But let's begin with some actually amazing cinema. Straight away in that first 20 seconds, mainly the 20 to 23 second footage is where I really want to start with this. There's some serious safety issues, but being Bali, it's a very, very different culture over there and they have different regulations. In Australia, there is no way you would get away with some scaffolding that's built out of bamboo and kind of just hanging off the side of the building. But that's okay, let's continue with this one. Just there at about 45 seconds is when you see the couple on top of the roof with no balustrade. They can literally jump off almost 6-7 meters from the top of that roof with no safety whatsoever. So again, by not having that balustrade there, and if you don't know what a balustrade is, it's basically just either a glass fence or a rail or something to protect you from falling over, is a pretty big safety hazard and something to be concerned about. There's definitely some more elements that I want to talk about a bit later on from those planters and the climate conditions of Bali in particular, but let's keep going through this video. But so far there's a couple fundamental things that, as beautiful as this villa is, you couldn't build it here in Australia, unfortunately.
After renting villas here for 2 years, we decided to finally buy a place, but just couldn't find a house we loved. That's when we came up with the idea of building. We met up with a contractor who had just secured a piece of land, and with only 1 week, we signed contracts and started to build.
So here they say that they basically signed a contract to start build straight away within 1 week. So that means it wasn't an architecture designed house, it was something off the plan. But for something off the plan, that's actually really, really nice. I think there aren't too many houses here in Australia that you can buy off the plan that are this beautiful and this unique. So that element in itself is really, really amazing for such a country like Bali. So the main area as you walk into the front door is actually really, really nice. The sunken lounge that overlooks the whole backyard, the big glass windows, the exposed concrete ceiling, the fans, the rustic industrial look, it all ties in really, really well. So from an interior design point of view and from an architectural sense, and considering the simple fact this is a off the plan home, it's actually really well done. I love the fact that when you get to their kitchen, you have this double void that lets in all that natural light from the rear side of the building. It makes that kitchen so grand and so vast, and with a staircase wrapping up behind it and around it with the little almost sky bridge to the side, it's genuinely a really nice space to entertain. And I think that that element there, for my opinion, kitchens are usually the heart of the home. It's where people spend a lot of time entertaining when friends and family come over and then they migrate outside. So I think the big island bench with lots of space to sit, the large windows overlooking the draping vegetation out the side is again really, really pretty and done very well.
So because we built so many big windows around the sunken seating area, we didn't really have any space for a TV. So instead we put a projector up here on.
This projector idea and dropping it down from the ceiling is actually really, really clever. A lot of my clients in particular ask for large windows, grand vistas to overlook whatever beautiful space they have. When you usually come to an architect or an architectural designer or anybody in the industry, you want to have the best of everything you can. So being able to offer a simple solution like this, where the projector drops down from the ceiling, potentially some automatic blinds come and close, it's all synced in with a Google Home Smart system or something that the user can actually interact with, makes a home truly a home and makes it that one step better from your normal kit home. So even though, again, I'm going back to the fact that this is a custom home straight off the plan, it has actually been thought out really, really well. And I think Jack Morris here and his girlfriend or partner, I'm not actually sure, I don't follow them too much, have done an amazing job at decorating this space and making it truly unique for their purposes. Now, their master bedroom is actually really well thought out and really beautiful. But again, unfortunately, there's some regulations here that wouldn't actually allow you to create this space in Australia. The fact that they have a sliding door from their bedroom directly into the pool is, well, amazing first of all, but unfortunately in Australia you can't do that. Your pools need to be completely screened off so that people can't accidentally fall into them. Having your pool literally one step from your bedroom is most people's dream and desire, but there isn't actually a way that you can do this on a simple budget in Australia. You can't just put a sliding door and jump straight into your pool. I do love how they've actually done their rear wall, their feature wall with timber cladding, and actually hidden their walk-in robe behind, so that it's a secret doors to the walk-in robe and that nobody knows where it is. It's a little bit visible given, but at the end of the day, it's something different, it's something unique, and it is definitely something thought out. So again, even though these guys have gone out and gotten a basic home from a builder randomly in Bali, they've done a really, really good job at thinking through the details. I'm not sure what they were given as a package, but here in Australia, for example, you're just given some plasterboard walls and a bit of paint sometimes if you're lucky. So these guys have gone over and above to actually get all the details right and truly create a space that may not be architecturally designed, but it seems as if it has been really, really thought out. So their backyard is really, really nice again, and I do love it. But what I wanted to point out previously when I was talking about the exterior and at the intro with those draping plants on the side, being Bali and being such a hot, humid climate, those draping plants are actually going to cause some structural damage to that house over the long term. Having continuous moisture on the side of what appears to be potentially concrete, potentially not, is going to cause some serious cracking in the future. So I don't think they would have actually thought this one through. Even though it does look amazing, I don't see any sort of waterproofing, any sort of drainage, anything like that. It just seems like a very simple planter box that they've gone in, dumped some plants and made this space. So in the next 5 years, it'd be actually really interesting to go back and view this house again to see what kind of structural impact these planters have had around the house. So there's way too much talking in this video, first of all, and they don't really show too much. It's a bit hard to understand the space. That first cinematic intro clip that we saw was really, really good. I wish they did some more of that to actually get a grand understanding of what this space is. But the balcony and the rooftop is a beautiful space. It is something that a lot of people truly wish that they want. Looking at this, it's kind of hard to understand if they have any falls and drainage, but at maybe 19 minutes, 50 seconds, there seems to be some sort of channel drain towards the edge of the balcony. So that could actually be a good drainage system. But in a heavy downpour, I'd be really curious to see how that rooftop actually manage the water. As we all know, water doesn't flow anywhere if it's a flat surface. So I'm hoping there's some sort of fall on these tiles that drains this water away really, really well. Otherwise, that's going to be a bit of a problem later down the track with all that heavy water sitting on top of the house. I think you can imagine what's going to happen. But from a general sense of looking at this building, I would assume that they have interpreted this and they've done a really good job of this balcony. Again, unfortunately, you'd have to have some balustrading across the perimeter of that balcony to stop people from falling over. In Australia, you could definitely have it on the inside of the rooftop, so it wouldn't look as bad from the ground, and it could be all glass, so it would be almost seamless. But that is a very, very large trip hazard, fall hazard, where a little kid could run across, fall, somebody could get pushed, all sorts of things could happen on top of that rooftop. Again, beautiful space, really wish it could be possible, but in Australia, obviously, those regulations would never allow you to build something like this on your rooftop. You can definitely have a rooftop depending on the council and things like that. The concrete slab would cost you a lot of money to be able to have a flat concrete slab exposed like that. Lots of downpipes, lots of drainage. I would have loved to see more floor wastes in this rooftop to actually be able to be really confident that this roof wouldn't have any water leaks, any problems down track. I don't really see too many in this image here, but they don't really showcase that whole rooftop. So it's a bit unfortunate. But again, you'd hope that they've been designed really well. Overall, amazing, amazing space. Now, before we sign off on this video, I want to go to Jack's actual Instagram page where he goes through the construction of this building, because this is the most concerning part as somebody here in Australia that would be horrified to see this on a construction site. Again, Bali, different rules, different regulations, but just seeing what has gone on there, how the guys walk around, is very, very concerning. But yeah, let's quickly go through the videos on Jack's story. Yeah, so here's the clip. It's literally just the one tradie going down the spine of these stairs, no balustrading, no supports, no anything, no hard hat, he's in thongs, there's no boots, no nothing. Like, it's concerning to see people on a job site like this. There's so many injuries that could happen. It definitely wouldn't fly in Australia, but that's just incredible to see. Just the general construction process, bamboo everywhere, very, very different to how things construct in Australia, obviously, but that's not even here nor there. That's how they construct things. You can definitely see some differences in the construction methods and when things go into the actual project, like that bath framing before any tiles are there. A completed bath in the bathroom that's concrete and is very detailed. The pools, I don't know how, yeah, don't have much on that. But yeah, again, he's walking up the stairs in his thongs on a commercial construction site. So highly dangerous. Definitely would not recommend doing anything like that. Okay, so they do have some scaffolding up now. When the balustrade has come onto the stairs, they've actually put on, when he's talking about the nice stone kitchen bench, it's actually quite nice, very thick slab, so that would have been extremely expensive. Balustrading's come into the stairs, temporary, looks like just timber balustrading. Yeah, overall they seem to take their time in the finishes, clean up after themselves, but you can see just with the water basically sitting on that concrete that there's no falls indicated. They haven't really thought about it. I'd also be very concerned about the slip resistance on these tiles next to the pool. I mean, I've been to Bali many times, so they're not exactly the most safe pools to run around, but again, 2 fully grown adults, so I'm sure they'll be a lot safer than that. It's amazing to see how much those vines have grown over the edge of that building though. I think this was 82 weeks ago, 9 months ago, the original video, so it's about a year, and those vines have, yeah, they've boomed, they've grown over those whole facade there, so that's amazing how quickly plants grow over there in Indonesia. let me pause it on this video here. This bloke is barefooted on a construction site. There is exposed concrete on the floor, I'm guessing nails, exposed wires. It's just no concern for safety. I mean, it's just scary looking at it from my point of view. But again, yeah, very, very, very different construction over there versus here. That's crazy. Anyway, grand scheme of things, absolutely beautiful, beautiful house. Some things that I would be concerned about if I were to design their home, mainly for the fact that you don't want to go and invest, I think he said somewhere about $1 million in some of the documentation I read, into your pride and joy, and then have some serious structural concerns later down the track. You don't want this building deteriorating. If you've ever been to Bali before, you'll know that the buildings over there don't last very long. They deteriorate very, very quickly. A new hotel 1 year may be beautiful, but 3 years down the track, it's already deteriorated. So in my prediction, I'd expect something similar to happen to a house like this unless it's extremely well maintained, which for their sake, I am hoping they maintain it very well. Anyway, big shout out to both of these two for creating this beautiful home. It is an incredible house, which I'm sure they will live many beautiful years in and have some amazing experiences. They definitely deserve it. They've worked very hard over the past decade, basically since Instagram started. They are truly inspirations in the travel community. But again, I just wanted to review their house from an Australian's point of view and the differences between our construction and their construction. Anyway, that's all for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you smash that like button to help this video with the YouTube algorithm. Smash that subscribe button to subscribe to the channel to see more content like this. And as always, I will see you next Monday.